Welcome to On Time in Full, a podcast from Designed Conveyor Systems.
Welcome to another episode of On Time in Full. I'm your host, Yasmin Hassan. Today, we're taking you behind the scenes of what powers modern warehouse automation, controls engineering, and how it connects to Datum, DCS's project lifecycle framework. We're thrilled to introduce a new leader on the DCS team, Vijay Kapila. Vijay is our new Senior Director of Controls Engineering and brings a wealth of industry knowledge and leadership to our team. And today he's joined by Account Executive Justin Ray to talk about what makes a smart controls strategy, how it fits into Datum, and what's next in warehouse innovation. Welcome to On Time in Full. Welcome, gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us today. Vijay, first, welcome to DCS. Can you tell us a little bit about your background and how you got started and what really drew you to the team?
Sure. Thank you for the warm welcome, first of all. I have been in the material handling industry for over 17 years, with mainly focusing on controls and software integration. Prior to joining DCS, I led a controls group at a different integrator. What attracted me to DCS was the unique opportunity to kind of build the controls from ground up. That an offer I couldn't pass on. The chance to create something from scratch was incredibly exciting, and working with such a talented team uh, and a great culture, was truly an icing on the cake.
I love that. All right. So, Justin, just to get everyone caught up, for those who might not be familiar, how does controls engineering really fit into the work DCS does on its projects?
Yeah. So controls engineering is really what allows hardware to become true automation. Our controls team provides the logic of a new system by developing PLC code, programmable code that allows material handling hardware to run in any way that supplements operations of a warehousing team. We work with our client partners to develop solutions that meet their functional specs, that really unlocks and optimizes their team's performance.
In terms of today's warehouse and distribution world, how does a solid control strategy work, or what does one really look like to you?
Uh, I could take that one. My go-to strategy for any automated system is that it must be robust, functional, safe, and easy to use. Right. Every control system we design should be built to last. Right. Our clients are making significant investments, and we need to deliver maximum value for that. Functionality is key. We must provide exactly what is needed. Usability and safety are also critical and must always be considered throughout the design process.
All right, so let's talk data. Justin, can you break down how controls ties into datum and where it fits within a full life cycle of a DCS project?
Yeah, that's great. So Datum is our warehouse execution software platform, and it also hosts a full suite of warehouse control software and many WMS features. Datum allows us to integrate hardware, automation solutions, conveyors, PLCs. We can do this through socket connections or open architecture, really any standard industry fashion into one pane of glass. This allows us to connect our control solutions into our HMI or human machine interface and our execution system for optimization. And really, what separates us is we have an integrated SCADA solution into our WES, allowing Datum to be a one stop shop for data, visibility, and reporting for any user, giving them on site info and usability on within their warehouse.
Uh, if I may add to that, right, think of it as in context of warehouse automation. Think of Datum as a puppet master. It uses data to make informed decisions, while control systems implement those decisions, ensuring products move efficiently and effectively, correctly based on datum's direction. So, in layman's terms, datum is the guide, and controls kind of dances to the tunes what datum tells us to do.
So, a lot of moving parts there, but what do you find the most exciting about building controls solutions within a framework like data?
This is an exciting time for DCS and our engineering team. Datum is a cutting edge WES, WCS platform that can be hosted on the cloud, on premise, or as I said, on cloud, built on a very modern architecture. It is designed to be simple yet powerful, packed with functionality. Controls plays a critical role in our WCS offering, which we brand as Datum. Like Datum is a full, complete solution. And we are delivering robust functional solutions that make real impact for our customers' operations.
What do you think one of the biggest misconceptions is you see from companies having when it comes to controls, and how can DCS really help change that mindset?
Uh, Many people, again, it's a misconception, right? Many people see controls as just a commodity. In reality, controls are the brain of any automated system. The quality of controls can make or break an automation system. So that's why careful planning, solid engineering, and due diligence are essential to implementing a strong controls and automation strategy. We at DCS are, believe in being platform agnostic to provide the best solution to our clients based on their true need. What we should do, what is right for them, not sticking to a certain platform.
Yeah, and beyond that, I think companies are often led to believe that the OEM provider should control the controls layer or own the controls layer. And that platform agnosticism is really our value proposition in that the end user should not be locked out. That's what we believe. DCS wants to give control back to our client partners and allow them to have ownership over their future modifications, expansions, scalability, without being forcibly tied or married to a controls provider that they had in the past.
Along those lines, can you really walk us through how DCS makes sure controls engineering really stays aligned with customer needs, starting from the early design phases all the way through implementation?
So, as an account executive, I tend to come in early on in the life cycle of a project. And it's my job and my focus to make sure that things are carried out functionally all the way through go live. So, aside from having a very strong controls team with experienced leadership, DCS also has an entire organizational focus on maintaining consistency throughout that life cycle. So, starting with our solutions group during the RFP phase, a project director with a background in operations and design is assigned. And so, throughout that project life, to help develop consistency, we create a description of operations and software specifications, and this individual, this project director, will stay attached throughout not just the RFP phase, not just through implementation, but also through that go live to ensure that those design protocols and specifications and operational excellences are consistently encouraged throughout the life cycle of that project.
Well, Vijay, I know you must have a lot on your plate right now as you step into this new role. What are your immediate priorities, and what do you think success looks like for your team as a whole?
My top priority right now is strengthening our team and our offerings to support all our installations, especially those involving Datum WCS solutions, right? We have a very talented team and a great product. And now the goal is to showcase Datum, bring it to as many customers as possible, and create a meaningful impact through better visibility, control, and operational efficiency. So, we have already successfully implemented Datum in many brownfield facilities where customers were really frustrated by the limitations of their existing WCS solutions. So once Datum became operational in their warehouses, it just unlocked a wide range of new possibilities and new potentials, enabling greater efficiency, improved productivity, enhanced visibility into their operations, and making the system run a lot better and even let them achieve more, right? So that's the goal, and that's what I define as our parameters for success.
How do you think that DCS really approaches flexibility and scalability? I mean, you have so many things that you're trying to tackle all at once, especially in terms of designing control systems.
So, flexibility and scalability are our core principles for us here at DCS. We design our systems not only to meet current needs, but accommodate what our customers may need here 5, 10 years down the line, right? So we put in a lot of effort up front to make sure we are doing the right things and doing it in a certain fashion that we are able to sustain for a longer duration. And customers remain satisfied with the system which you're putting in for a longer duration. So, robustness is also key. We always engineer with longevity and adaptability in mind. So to make sure, you know, provide, as Justin mentioned earlier, right? Provide that consistent quality experience for our customers.
And beyond that, that connective tissue, as it rolls into Datum, allows us to maintain platform consistency. Datum is a product that, as one client makes optimizations, improvements, that product expands throughout our network. So it scales not just site by site, but as an entire platform solution. So we're able to extend consistent improvements as we go, as we learn, as we make optimizations, not just through one implementation, but really as a product throughout our entire network.
And you touched on this a little bit, anticipating what the customer is going to need in 5, 10 years. What's one trend or new technology in controls that you think could really have a big impact on the future of warehouse automation?
I could think of a few, but couple of the new emerging technologies which I would like to mention are, first of all, AI is said to be a major game changer for our industry. From leveraging and learning from what we have already put in, learning from implemented solution, recommending continuous improvements, doing some predictive and analytics and performance tracking. AI will significantly influence how we design, build, and maintain automation solutions. One other thing I would also like to mention is system emulation is another key innovation shaping the future of warehouse automation. Emulation allows us to validate solutions virtually before anything is being built or made at all. Saving time, reducing risk, saving investment. Staying ahead of these technologies is essential for our future success. Embracing AI and emulation will not only enhance system performance, but also give us competitive edge in delivering smarter and more efficient solutions.
Yeah, and continuing on from that, our AI algorithmic based strategies within Datum provides what we consider as a key differentiating factor. Throughput balance and optimization are going to be a primary driver in the warehousing efficiency market going forward. And this is mainly driven by the fact that labor constraints are a real thing right now. And so our ability to track products throughout our system allows us to inform an integrated labor management solution, a labor management software, where expected labor imbalances could occur. And this will inform the team how to properly adjust staffing, how to maybe even allow us to change our wave drops, change our batching strategy, change the throughput or the flow within our solution. So we can, based on labor capabilities within the system actively, we can reduce bottlenecks on the fly.
A lot of very exciting things to look forward to in the future. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us today. That's a wrap on this episode of On Time in Full. If you enjoyed today's conversation, be sure to follow and subscribe so you don't miss out on future episodes. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Yasmin Hassan. We'll see you next time.